welcome to this week's episode of Drink of Ages Radio here on ESPN 97.5. I'm John Denman, Tom Painter, DJ Muskratch. We are hanging out on the westerly side of Houston.
The west of the west.
The Wild West. It's to the point where like freeways end and other roads begin.
Actually, I don't know. Like for years, I've always gone to like, you know, you go to a growler spot, and then it's like, what is beyond these roads? And like
you question it, right? You're like what happens once you get to growler spot and you keep going?
Yeah, I have done that, and then I was just like, all of a sudden, like 10 minutes later, I was in Austin. I was like, what happened?
Wait,
I mean, I know this is further, but this is...
You guys haven't been to Anthony's Market Grill yet?
No, we haven't. But we're gonna talk about some things I saw driving through Fulshear. Is where we are. We're hanging out at Project Halo.
One of the latest breweries on the block.
Mm-hmm. Melissa and Steve Mendez.
Hey, what's up?
I guess.
We've seen you guys at like guild meetings for like a year, and now you guys have finally opened up.
A year plus, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
We open up this August, so yeah.
And this is a cool spot. Like Fulshear is like blowing up. I was like for people who are in the know about what's been going on with Fulshear, it's just like Growler Spot's always been this kind of craft beer mecca, but
Growler
also,
Spot, G Spot,
but also Dozier's, like which is your name. Like Dozier's is like just like so part of the Blood Brothers barbecue community. Just kind of like Dozier's is like just. It's one, if you're hunting, that's usually where your game gets got.
Yep.
And then, but also it's just like fantastic barbecue. They started a beer garden, and then if you go like basically a minute down the road, you're right here at Project Halo.
Yeah, not too far from, shout out to Jim at Dozier's with his delicious caffeinated meat sticks. Those are things that keep me going during, you got to clean stuff. So
I don't even know exactly what you're talking about, but I need like 6 of them.
Yeah. So he makes
you would love those
caffeinated meat sticks.
Yep. So you can't really call it a Slim Jim, right? But it's a caffeinated meat stick.
Dozier's is like Texas barbecue, but also like wild game Texas barbecue. Like there's a lot of like crazy stuff that happens there.
I like that, but I feel like there needs to be a beer that meat stick goes in. And, like, Tom, you were talking about a Roush beer earlier. Something along those lines where that caffeinated meat stick goes into, and that's how it gets served. I mean, forget the lemons and limes and oranges and whatever things, man. Let's put meat in beer.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
Yeah. So you guys been open for, what, 2-3 months now?
Since August,
4 months.
so technically 4 months, Not that we're counting or anything. So
Yeah, in August we had our soft opening, and October our grand opening. So.
This is one of the few climate-controlled tap rooms in the city.
I know. As you know, it's cold outside. So walking in, you have nice frosted over windows, like some of them. And I was like, what's going on? But walk in here, it's nice and warm. And
yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this live on the air, it'll be Friday, and you may be without power, and the only thing you can get is an FM radio.
When you're sitting in your car trying to stay warm.
So
bust out your ham radio and catch the show, right?
The old crank radios,
Yep.
those exist.
But, you guys have cool, you guys have heat. It's a kick-ass tap room. I was there for you guys' opening weekend, which was a kind of a killer celebration. That cold IPA was just on fire.
Is that the same recipe that we had over at G Spot?
No,
Whenever
it's a different one. We've had three or four different cold IPAs since we opened. Yeah, so that one was the Fulshear Forever.
Okay.
And the one you had at the Growler Spot is the
Audrey
Forever.
We got another one coming out soon. This will be number 6. I keep counting of all of them just because I have nothing else to do. Melissa makes all the beers, so I need something to do. So I count all the beers and read all the cool Untapped reviews. So
don't read any reviews. Yeah, learn to avoid.
I'm
those.
a masochist, so I like to read it. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
It's like, what is this guy talking about?
So what's is something forever? Is that kind of the cold IPA.
Yeah, so we pay homage
True
to an
Friday
artist.
Night Lights.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
It's
yeah.
an artist and then forever. So, Fulshear, because we're in Fulshear, so we had to start with Fulshear forever. Then we had Picasso forever.
Yep.
We've had Kusama forever, Japanese artist, so it's a Japanese style. Audrey Hepburn
Yep.
forever.
Okay.
And then Frida.
And Frida forever.
which is
That's
coming
the
out
next
soon.
one.
Yeah. Really, just to, have some recognizability to the name, so people can just be like, I don't know, it was like something forever, it was whatever, and then they can just find it. But they're
Just
constantly
sounded cool.
rotating out, and really it comes down to like the marketing as well. So for the can art, a lot of that stuff is to pay homage to the cool artists and just icons around the world and stuff like that. But that's just kind of getting into the nerdiness of what we get to do on the back end. So
Of course.
yeah.
So it's like Frida forever for a limited time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
so you can
much.
see, look, the can that we got Audrey Hepburn there in the background. Come and get one if you want in the tap room.
Hey, who does all you guys art?
So I do.
Yeah, Steve does.
Okay.
Excellent.
How would you classify this style of art?
I would classify it as like modern day pop art.
Yeah.
Okay, modern day pop art. Okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely pop artish.
Pop artist, yeah.
Yeah. Between the fonts, I'm looking at a cat peeking up in one of your cans.
Yep, that's Gatos Before Vatos. That's our Mexican amber lager.
That's what I'm drinking right now.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really good.
Yeah.
This is so there's a lot of I don't know how to phrase it. There's a lot of kind of retro art, but also just kind of Latin.
Yeah, we got some Day of the Dead stuff going on and some piñatas just because we like piñatas and that stuff. But outside of that, we've been called an ice cream shop more often than not. So
I'm not gonna lie, man. Whenever I walked in, with the curved bar, the curve, everything, and the blue painted walls. Yeah. Is that something that you guys are like? You in particular, that is designing all these labels and doing everything? Or you're like, I need to do something on this wall? Or are you like, you know what? I like the simplicity of it, and you walk in and it's like, man, come enjoy this place because it looks good, but come enjoy this place and really enjoy the beer.
yeah, definitely we want you to come in and enjoy the beer for sure. But at the same time, it's a work in progress. We're not done yet, so I'm sure we'll put up some murals or something.
And you never will be.
It'll be
That part's true.
yeah. It'll get a little bit more art in here, maybe some frames or something like that. But outside of that,
An ice cream shop.
we're focused on the beer, man.
And you guys also have military kind of heritage between both of you.
Yeah.
right?
So obviously, Melissa and I, Hispanic heritage, and then I was in the military. So there is that, but we wanted to focus on Melissa and what she's doing with the great beer. So we don't really like.
So what is Project Halo then?
So outside of the name, which is an acronym, it's an acronym, right? So high altitude, low opening. But outside of that, that's as military as we get. Maybe with a couple comments here and there on the post and stuff like that, like dress right dress and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had a beer called Mandatory Fun. Everyone in the military likes to have some mandatory fun, but outside of that, we focus on Melissa making some delicious beer, and that's pretty much it, man. So
Okay.
yeah.
No, it's so this beer again. Got those before Vatos. Is it?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Loosely translates to, cats before dudes, sisters before misters,
my Spanish is not terrible, right? And so, as I spend time speaking Spanish, a lot more comes back because, Spanish to high school, a lot of Spanish friends. But then when we go down to places where people are speaking a lot more Spanish, Kelly looks at me and she's like, just stop. Just stop talking. And, I try. There's a lot.
But you can pronounce cerveza perfectly, though.
Cerveza?
Well.
Yeah. There's certain, of course, there's just a lot of words, but I speak like a kindergartner, right? Is the way that I see it. My Spanish is, if there's a kindergartner that's speaking English, that has learned English his whole life, and he's trying to explain something to me, I feel like that's what I sound like.
But you can blame that on the like poor schooling system that decides to teach kids phrases like El Gato es Rojo, and who's saying this? And like this.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you try, though, man.
Try,
At least
man.
you try and
I
give it
try.
your best shot. But You know,
I mean, I bought the whole year of Babbel, or the lifetime of Babbel, because I'm going to master not only Spanish but Italian as well.
Sure.
But before that, I was sitting there going, probably what I should learn is Mandarin Chinese, and I'm like, that's probably going to be a good thing to learn.
So
after I purchased the year,
John's brother-in-law is Italian. And you have learned how much Italian?
Progresso.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means.
A little bit?
yeah.
I'm progressing.
I don't know.
He reminds me of Brad Pitt in the Inglourious Bastards when he's trying to walk around. He's like, oh, the coco.
Yeah. What did he say his name was?
Oh man. What did he
that's
say?
one of
Was
the
it?
best movies.
What did he say?
No, it was De Coco, his
he
last
said,
name.
De Coco,
Yeah.
De Coco. De Coco.
De Coco. Say
He
it
just
one
said
more
like all
time.
American too. He's just like De Coco.
Yes.
Yes.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. That's right. Oh man, need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best. I mean, it really is. But that's how I feel like a lot of time when I'm in foreign lands and trying to speak their language. Because no matter where you go, you're like, I gotta pick up some words, man. I need to learn how to say bathroom. I need to learn how to say beer. I need to learn to say more food. Things like that. And so
It's
you
only
get there.
5 words, really.
But-
Bathroom, beer, and more food.
But the minute that you have to come up with those, like I said, Spanish is different, man. We're in Texas, so Spanish you hear a lot of. I listen to so much Tejano just driving around during the day because the rest of the radio sucks. But Tejano, you can sit back and just listen to it, and you get the horns, you get the trumpets, all this stuff, and it's like the 3-beat thing. And it's like, man, it's just comfortable traffic music. You can't really get mad listening. It's like ska. You can't get mad sitting around listening to ska. It's kind of the same thing. So, I don't know what they're singing about, but just hear these words all the time. So,
This is a side tangent, but earlier today I was watching the thing how Cheech Marin just launched a Chicano art museum in Los Angeles, and just full of amazing Chicano art. I don't know. I'm a marketer, so I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. Then also because this guy used to make stoner movies back in the 70s, and now he's like
making museums.
Yeah.
There's certain people in my life that I always felt like I was going to drink a beer with, right? Biz Markie was one of them. Unfortunately, not going to happen, right? But she's another one. Yeah, Cheech Marin's another one. It's like one day, maybe we want to smoke beer or drink beer.
Yeah, smoke.
I mean, you could do both.
Maybe something is going to happen, but but Cheech Marin's another one that's like, man, one day we're gonna meet up. Matthew McConaughey is another one. I mean, I have a whole list of people
That would be a solid
we're gonna
one.
run into.
Yeah.
But he
it's
started
possible.
a museum that'll be his legacy, and a city, the city of Ventura, California. They're the ones that kind of gave him this thing, and they decided to call it the Cheech. This is amazing. This is city. He'll die, and the Cheech will move on.
The Cheech lives on.
Well, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I've watched some of those movies recently. Up in Smoke,
Yeah.
all this.
How was it?
It didn't have the same impact as it did, when 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But entertaining.
Yeah, maybe not 20 years.
I don't know that I could power through that. I don't know that I could power through that nowadays.
It's a lot. Well, you have to smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah. I
Because
can
you have to
assume.
prep yourself for these shows.
But that's a weird period of time where you got Sanford and Son, you got Cheech and Chong, you got all this stuff that's how much weed was being smoked back then compared to now? You think that more weed is accessible now, but
I think the way the timeline goes is then there was a lot of weed. Very shortly after that came a whole spree of cocaine. And that made a lot of movies and a lot of
Very
TV
quickly.
shows very quickly. Yeah. It was like in the 80s, it was nothing to be like, oh, they're just high on cocaine, and it was just it was a whole different time. Maybe all
We got
the
a lot
movies,
of cool hair metal out of it too, man. Hair metal was awesome.
well, if you-
music was great.
if you think about the music, in the 70s, things were more kind of slow and take your time and just you got to feel it. And then 80s,
They're like, you know what? We need more keyboards.
Motley Crue, man. Just ripping and gripping, dude.
this all makes sense.
Queen.
This all makes
Yes,
sense.
it's like all these people sitting around on a bunch of cocaine just going, you got a keyboard?
Yeah.
You know how to play the drums? Yeah. But there was good music made.
It's amazing music.
It was, yeah.
Coke is everywhere. It's not like open up your restroom and just being like, it's like, hey Tom, someone left all this Coke and like on the bathroom, and it's like, oh, damn it. like it's a lot running around breweries. And like that's why Brash, they always have this thing because it's like, please don't do Coke in the bathroom, and I never I was like, oh, that was funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Wait, Brash said please.
Please.
Yeah.
They're being nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like it's a joke. But then you own a brewery and you're like, man, there's a lot of these guys
yeah,
are doing a lot of drugs.
I will say we have been asked if we have cameras in the bathroom, which would be weird if we did. So we said no because would be weird if we did.
Yeah.
But then it
But
made
like,
me
why
think.
would
It's
you
like,
ask?
why would you ask that?
Yeah.
Okay, good question.
Oh yeah, as soon as we said no, they ran to the bathroom.
They were
It's
like,
oh, okay.
No cameras in the
And then
bathroom.
and two dudes enter a restroom and you're like, I mean, it's 20, but come on, guys.
Hey, our restrooms
Yeah.
are choose your own adventure, so
I feel like it's a good.
That's
a good place
that's
to
a
be.
dangerous statement right
Place
there.
to be.
Choose
What
your own
what that
adventure.
means.
well, they're both dual purpose.
Or just clean up after yourself is the sign you need.
I think the sign
Yeah.
that says "Choose
And
Your
one
Own
of those.
Adventure" is better than the man, woman, or whatever. Like "Choose Your Own Adventure" just sounds fun. It's just like, okay,
Well, we try to be fun. We try to be fun out here in Fulshear. So
You might walk in and be like, choose your own adventure. Table number 2. Come in. All right,
I mean, it
let's
has to
take a
be,
break.
consensual.
Let's take a break. Let's get some more beers. We are hanging out at Project Halo in Fulshear. Melissa and Steve Mendez. They are our guests. This is Drink of Ages Radio here on ESPN 97.5. We might not be here next week after all the cocaine talk, but all right, we are back. We are hanging out at Project Halo over in Fulshear, Texas. I mean, easy 30-minute drive west of downtown, 45-minute drive west of downtown, something like that. And we're hanging out with Melissa and Steve Mendez. Founders, brewers, operators, designers,
head janitors, what I like
head
to call
janitors, the table cleaners, beer servers, you guys.
myself. All of the above.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to think of other stuff. I'm like, oh, what else do we do?
It's like, what else do I do? Oh, you know what else I do? I pay the rent. just
Also,
everything. Yeah, accountant, the whole thing. So Melissa, you are making all these beers.
Yes.
The first beers that I had, the first one I had was over from you guys, was over at Growler Spot.
At the G spot.
Yes, and it was really good. It was the IPA, the
The cold IPA.
cold IPA.
Yeah.
Then came here and went with the Mexican lager. Mm-hmm. That was really good.
Piñata Party Pilsner.
Party Pilsner, delicious. So let's go for 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Right here.
The Hop and Pop.
Hop and Pop. Our
The
core American
American
IPA.
It's good. It's really good.
Be honest with us.
The thing
Don't fluff it
is, no, here's the deal, right? Is that we've gone to so many
speak the
breweries.
truth, John.
No, I am. All right, you want to hear the truth? All right, traveled around the world, drank a bunch of beers. Yeah, but also go to a lot of breweries, and a lot of breweries came on the show when they first opened up and everything. All your beers are solid. Like they're all. I mean, they're average, better than average, and for a brewery starting off, I mean that's actually incredible.
Thank you.
So how did this happen? Like how did you just come up with hey, you know what? I'm going to be a brewer and I'm going to start making these excellent tasting beers.
It all started at No Label once. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a warm night at No Label.
This is the greatest segue ever.
No, we ended up going to this place in downtown Olympia called Cascading Homebrew. I don't think they're there anymore, but if they are, shout out to them. But they had this cool class, and we were already beer nerds, right? So we loved all these different beers that were in Washington State because we were there because of the military back then. So we went and paid for this class where they hold your hand to like brew. So it was like super cool because like the guy's like, "What do you guys want to make?" And we're like, "Oh, let's make like a really delicious IPA." So we made one, and we're just like checking gravity, just throwing hops in, doing no cleaning, none of the hard work. We're like, man, brewing is awesome, man. We should totally do this all
Awesome
the
and easy.
time. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, it was super easy.
You show up, you do this, you leave, bam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then a
seriously.
few weeks later, I bottled it.
Yeah, Melissa bottled.
And Steve was gone somewhere.
You're like,
I don't know.
it's easy.
Well, you know, when you work for the military, you got to go places. So I was gone, but I came back, and the beer was really good. So yeah.
No, but yeah, just living in Washington State, there was a bunch of craft beer, like in 13, 15.
Yeah.
It was already really big over there. So just falling in love with craft beer, trying to figure out how to make it, and that was
cool.
it.
Yeah. So then we started doing it at home and realized, oh wait, there's cleaning, and this is a lot of labor.
That's a lot.
But somehow we stuck with it, and Melissa really focused on it and stuck with it. You know, in between deployments, give her something to do while I was gone. Sean's at school.
Give me something to do.
Just
Okay.
yeah. Well, while I'm gone, take care of the country and all. Yeah.
Sprinkling
What were
freedom.
you doing? You were making beer. Take care.
Yes, exactly.
Sprinkling freedom.
All around the world.
But I did
Just like-
take a
like Salt Bae,
professional
you know, like-
course before actually doing it professionally through West Texas A&M. I took professional brewing and fermentation. So I did learn more of the science behind the brewing. But yeah.
Well, but just like any home brewer, right? I know I did. I read like 25 books, and all of a sudden it was like I read more books about home brewing than I did like
Hold
high
on.
school.
Wait a second. You read books?
Certain ones, yes, and
In
Nerd.
Spanish.
and
And Italian.
not about home brewing, but the novellas that you have to really get into and different thing. But
That was Tom, by the way.
Said novellas.
novellas, oh yeah, those are TV shows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not,
yeah,
not
I
just
know.
TV
I'm
shows,
learning,
but,
right?
but spicy TV shows.
The spicy TV shows, right? I mean, I'm sure. What's like? I don't know. I grew up. My grandpa always read like Western books. He always had these Western books. He would sit in his chair and just read. And then he passed away, and I'm like, you know what? This is my grandpa's books, man. Let me read some of these. Maybe I'll carry on this tradition. I want to sit in a chair and read a book. And I'm like, they were on the planes and their top fell off. It's like, Grandpa, what were you reading? What were you reading? It was like, man, you're reading like Western erotica. I don't even know if that exists.
And it was really dated. Like, they wanted it to happen. No, it's not awkward at all. It's like, no, this is no good.
No,
This is stuff from
it was weird, man. It was like,
I think the only books I read were like Goosebumps, you know.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. You know, the ones where you could choose your own adventure again, going back to that, flip to different pages. Man, I miss those.
No, but when like brewing beer though, whenever I started brewing beer, it was like, man, we should brew beer. All right, cool, man, we can do this. I wish I learned this when I was like 15 years old. That would have been amazing. But I learned it when I was like 22, and it was like, damn it, I can buy beer, but I can also brew it. But so started like grabbing everything I could find about brewing beer and reading books and videos and everything else and all that good stuff. Yeah, I read more books about brewing beer than probably anything I read in junior high.
Did you start reading like the water chemistry books too?
Then I started getting nerdy. Yes, the water chemistry, the hop chemistry, all the different ones. Just like, man. The reason why was because I started brewing beer. I made a couple batches. Everybody was like, man, this is really good. The beer's tasty. Made some more. Everybody's like, man, this is great. I bought a kegerator, put it in my dining room, 2 taps, 2 5-gallon kegs.
Your dining room.
Yeah, and then because I could sit at my table and turn around and pour myself another beer, or who else was there. And so it was like really, really good times and just making beer. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own beer. I'm going to make my own recipe, this, and that. And I made a beer, and it was so bad I wanted to make a really good hoppy IPA, but it tasted like if you went out and just grabbed any green-looking thing outside and started chewing it, and it was so awful. And this is like my 6th beer I ever made, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to be a professional. And it was so bad. Then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should actually read some books and start learning. And then once I started reading, I'm like, oh man, this is actually way more involved than I thought it was going to be. Just making beer, and it just continued down the path, and read book after book after book after book. Started making a lot better beers, and cleaner beers and better beers I could duplicate and all this stuff. So, similar thing.
I got 2 thoughts on
pretty
this.
similar.
One is that I feel like every good brewer, the stories usually start with they homebrewed, and they're surrounded by a bunch of mooching people that just want to drink a free beer.
They will all tell you how delicious it is.
Yeah.
And you're like,
this is the best beer.
This
Keep
beer
on
is-
doing what you're
This
doing.
beer is not that good, but yet they're like, no, this beer is delicious. Like, no, it's terrible.
But then the second thought is like about just like water chemistry and just kind of like reading, like, brewing beer is clean beer is usually the result of a clean brewery.
Yep.
And it's amazing how that is like, because our brewers they'll come in the morning, leave, there's a lot of like clean beer, clean brewery, and like the breweries that don't, and you can see it. If you see a brewery that has bad like standards on like how they like if it's not clean like in the brew house, like you can taste that in the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just the one that's like almost an inside baseball type thing. But like once you see it, you taste it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. All-star.
All-star.
I give it everything every day, 100%. With the squeegee, just all day.
Well, I mean, brewing's, as you know, I mean, it's like 10% of the day. The other 90%, you're like, oh, I'm cleaning something, disinfecting.
Yeah, there's always cleaning involved to start for everything. Every part of the brew process, cleaning.
So when you guys, right now, what do we have on tap? There are 16 beers on tap.
There's 14 beers on tap.
Yeah, we intentionally
Very-
remove numbers because we don't believe in number 13 because it's bad luck. So we don't have a number 13.
Oh, I mean,
so.
we do believe in it, but
You're
it's
a
not
hotel.
there right now.
I mean, the number is real. But
No, it doesn't exist
I
in
mean,
Fulshear.
I was born on March 13th, man. I swear,
not
it
a
really
thing.
happened.
that's true. You know who was born on March 14th?
Tom.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Which is why
we
earlier we
share
were talking
birthdays,
about
yeah.
how we, do a lot of things on St. Patrick's Day together.
Yeah.
Is the reason.
So typically, like if we do trips or something, it's always like, all right, let's make sure that it's always like a 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yeah.
I think our cat was born in March
Yeah.
13th as well.
The cat can come.
Yeah,
The cat's
Invite-
invited.
like you
Yeah.
guys
I'll
now.
invite your cat. Yeah, bring the gato. And
He's a cool dude, man. I mean, everyone likes him. He's on the can. Everyone likes him on the can, and they love his beer. So.
gato versus
I
vato.
was thinking like he was on a toilet for a second, like you come to the house, he's on the can, like hey.
No, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a bunch of cat stickers like all over the brewery. So that's kind of like the thing, right? Like it kind of comes full circle.
So,
back to the
so you
brewery,
guys like cats?
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They're
How
we
many
do.
cats do you guys have?
Just two.
Yeah. Just,
That's it.
yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Two.
What about
We were expecting
for,
like
for
13
cat
or
people. No, for cat people, we're like we raise a farm.
No. we're- I mean,
I mean, it feels like it.
Yeah.
It's two
Two's
10-year-old
enough.
cats.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're good.
yeah. Yeah.
Two
We got
10-year-old
one of
cats.
those,
So I don't even know. I have two cats. I don't even know how long they live. To be honest with you.
A while.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I really have no idea how long they live. I love them.
This is
but
my cat.
Oh, I know.
yeah,
your cat.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's on social media. He's a famous cat.
My cat, like I laid on the couch. I have two cats. I have one that's like she's a hefty. She's hefty. She's big.
Healthy.
Yes.
Very
Healthy.
healthy.
Yeah,
Thick.
she's a very healthy, wintry, sustained wintry cat.
Ready for the winter.
And her name's Joseph.
Oh.
I don't know why, but my daughter
Nice.
named her Joseph. and she's a big cat. She yells a lot. She talks. She's the most talkative cat I've ever seen in my life. She tells you everything she wants. You don't know, and anything she wants, she will explain it, and you're like, "What you want here? What you want with this?" And you'll work it out. She's like, "Yes."
Is Joseph a ginger cat?
Joseph is no, nope. Joseph's whatever the tabby. She's like just a very large tabby. But then I was at Kroger like 12 years ago, and someone's like, "Hey, we have kittens." I'm like, man, give me that cat. So
Kroger's.
yeah, so I took one of them.
Alrighty.
And she became like the sweetest cat in the world, right? But she's like, I'm just gonna chill outside. She's an outside cat, but she just likes to just sit and hang out outside until it starts getting cold. Then she wants to come inside or the Christmas tree, right? She now the Christmas tree's up. She sleeps by the Christmas tree every single year for like the last 10 years. That's where she sleeps. And if you walk in with French fries, no matter what time of year, she will come and all of a sudden you're like, crap, man, there you are. Yeah, and there she is, right there. Yeah, just like one French fries. And so today, being lazy, I laid on my couch. I was laying there. She came, crawled on me, and like laid on my chest and all that. I'm like, that's my cat. You know, what I mean, just you gotta love those things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cats are dope.
You guys have dogs?
We have one
have
dog.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little dog, big dog?
Little dog.
He's a medium dog,
guess
but he
medium.
thinks he's a cat as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
smart.
he loves to surround like the cats on top of the couch and all that stuff too. Yeah,
My cat thinks she's a dog, so it all kind of
Your cat thinks she's a murderer, man. Well, Tom has a dog. It's a big dog. It's not a small dog. It's I don't know how much shotgun weigh.
85 pounds.
85 pounds. So Tom
time.
brings in this little kitten, like brand new, like brewery cat from
Meow,
No
meow.
Label,
Yeah.
and so
so
weighed
cute.
like nothing, like a half a pound, and now you go watch him. And that cat's like, I'm gonna kick his butt, and that dog's like, no, you're not. And but she tries, and it's just like this weird dynamic of animals living
fun.
over time. with
She's
us.
the cat has adjusted to the dog's sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because now it's just kind of like, no, we're going to sleep now, Colonel Kolsch. We're going to sleep. So Colonel Kolsch will go to sleep.
Yeah.
And now it's fun. She thinks she's like a dog. So it's great.
No, but
she'll also
in active play,
she'll predator everyone in the house. Like
everyone. No.
Like easily. It's like, so you have someone over, it's like, oh, hey, like, this is where the couch is. No. You know,
Yeah.
just like,
Cat
like,
attack.
It's like, what the
Cat
hell was
attack.
that? It's like, oh, that was my cat. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
yeah, so we have two cats. One loves everyone. The other one will get in the way of the guest bathroom. So when people come, they have to go through the cat. But
Yeah.
you can't go through the cat because he will attack you. Like we have one that
It's like an episode of American Gladiators just trying to
Yeah.
take a leak.
he
Yeah.
gets in the middle of wherever anyone's going.
And
just to get
he's
you.
a ginger cat. That's why I was asking if he was a ginger
Yeah.
cat. Because he's super vocal. The
Yeah.
other cat is like a black cat, right? And he's super chill, super awesome. His name is Tommy Pickle. So he's like super chill. Just like, I think he thinks he's a dog too.
Well,
honestly.
John is also a ginger, but it's just
I was once a ginger. So yeah, we have our fiery ways, Tom.
I know. That's
Yeah.
true. But with that being said, let's go to break, and then we'll come back with even more beers.
Over here at Project Halo, out here in Fulshear, Texas. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Tom, you want to bring us in this one? I'm just joking, man. But no, we are back. We're hanging out at Project Halo with Melissa and Steve Mendez. Man, every beer I've had so far has been phenomenal. And like I said in the last segment, it doesn't always happen, for a lot of breweries that we go to, where it's like, man, every beer so far, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really, really just good beer. Now, I say that because I just jumped into the triple IPA.
Yes.
Not just a triple,
black.
but
I'm gonna
black
talk
triple.
I'm gonna talk a lot like in the first 2 minutes of this, and then I'm probably not gonna talk anymore for the rest of the show because it is a triple.
Yeah,
So
it's a Cascadian dark.
So we'll see you
Ale.
later.
it's been fun, guys. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Sometimes you just got to reset the hard drive, bro.
Whenever I first walked up, Steve, you were like, "Hey, you want a triple IPA?" I'm like, "Well, there's two ways to go about this: climb the mountain or fall down." And I chose to climb the mountain. Yeah, just being a little adventurous. Like, let's climb the mountain.
That's the way I like to do it too. I like to slowly build up there. You don't want to like go directly to the highest one. Then.
Well, it depends on the day, right? Because sometimes you wake up in the morning, you're like, "We need to be at the top of the mountain," and work our way down.
But that's usually because you ended the last day at the top of the mountain.
At the top, yeah, you still have to climb back down. That part's true.
Yeah, climbing down's the worst part, man. Honestly, any mountain climbing.
Yeah, you really want to hit the peak, and then you just want to like go to sleep.
Yeah.
No, but every beer that I had from you guys has been really, really good.
Thank you.
Looking forward to, not so much tonight, but looking at the rest of these beers that you guys have on tap. I mean, that's a decent amount for a brewery that does, just come out here and drink some beers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely focus on quality first, right? So if the beer's not good, we're not going to put it on the board straight up. I mean, that's I think, we're very self-conscious about the beer quality here. We want people to have the best experience possible. Even though we're out in Fulshear on a 5-barrel system with 10-barrel fermenters and all that good stuff, we still want to be at the same level as, all the breweries, right? So coming out the gate, making good beer.
You guys had to taste anything? You're like, nah, man, that's not it. Dump it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of those have you had to do?
We've dumped 2 beers.
2.
But that's cool. Like, no biggie. Like, we want the beer to be at a certain level, certain caliber, and you'll never put it in your mouth unless it's at that level. So that's it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where you brew a beer, and you guys know, as a brewer, you're tasting it at different levels, different states, and so once it's like, oh, you can taste it uncarbonated. You're like, ooh, that's going to be good, or ooh, that's going to be bad. Then you carbonate it, and you're like, man, that's actually really good, or you're like, that did not work out the way I wanted it to, slightly. But you could also at that time, like a lot of brewers do, they're like, we'll just put it back here for a couple more weeks and we'll try it again. But you guys are just turning so much beer in here, you're just like, nope, we don't like it, we're gonna make it more.
Well, Melissa has really high standards, so I mean, if it were up to me, I would put the beers on. But Melissa makes a beer and she makes a call, and if she says,
you say that because she married you, but
And because I'm here and he knows.
I mean,
I guess I'm just a good dog.
It's radio, and no one can actually see this person, but.
No, but I mean, I do research every type of beer, the grains I'm going to use in it, and everything, just to make sure that it's going to taste the way I want it to. So, I mean, I try to make it good.
Yeah, I always wonder.
You guys are taking some of these beers and putting them into barrels.
That's
Yes.
right. Yep.
Already.
Already,
less than 6 months in, so this is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Because who the hell knows what's about to happen?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got some exciting
who
stuff on the
knows?
horizon. So we've got our Mug Club, which is gonna be live and well and start kicking off everything on the 15th of January. So that's gonna be really exciting because Mug Club is
so it hasn't begun yet.
not yet. No, enrollment window is still open.
Wait,
so
wait. Who's number one? Because I have to be somebody at least in one of these.
So this is, but you guys are doing an annual Mug Club.
That's right.
Like, I was in the bathroom, so I got a lot of information. There's a challenge coin. There's a mug party. There's a mug. It's an annual thing. It's like, it's good.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. And that the really cool part of it is not just the 21-ounce Frankfurter mug, right? But it's also, we have the challenge coin aspect from the military. So, yeah, so I know it said not a lot of stuff from the military, but this one we had to just do because it's really cool. So as a Club Mug member, you'll get a coin that's assigned to you and your serial number with your mug. And basically the way it works is you walk into the bar and you see someone drinking out of their mug, you bust out your coin and you challenge them to see if they're carrying theirs. And the way it works here, and you have to basically agree to this as part of the Mug Club, is if someone coin checks you and challenges you and you don't have yours, you're buying their beer. But if you do have your coin, the person who was the challenger buys your beer.
Has to buy your beer.
Yeah. And that's fair game. 365 days until the 14th of January.
It sounds like something that happened at one of your deployments. Yeah, of some sort.
Well, not during deployment because you can't really drink when you're overseas, but definitely stateside. If you're hanging out with the boys and someone busts out that challenge coin from your team and you don't have it, you're buying basically the whole bill for everyone.
So Val, during his anniversary last year, he made a bunch of challenge coins, and I have one of these. He made 100 challenge coins that he was going to sell for this crazy price, and and I have one. And unfortunately, the problem with the whole thing is Val never decided what he wanted to do with the challenge coin. So, because Val served in the military like you, but like he was just kind of like, they never decided, because at first it was like, well, you buy a challenge coin, maybe it gets you like 20 or 5 free beers, or maybe but he was like, he's like, it's a challenge thing though. It has to be like,
Yeah.
And so he never decided. So I have this coin sitting on my shelf. I'm like, Val, like, what does this do? And it's like, we haven't decided yet. And like, this has gone on for 9 months now.
We'll make it a challenge coin just like the Project Halo Mug Club. Every time you bust that out and you challenge someone that don't have it, they're buying your beer, man.
Yeah.
That could get expensive.
Yeah. So Steve did tell everyone who signed up, they know the rules.
Yeah.
And we're at 68 so far, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the next well, what she's getting at is that the next one is 69, so. So, But
69. Yep. Everybody wants that number.
Everyone wants that number.
For some reason.
I almost like, we're doing numbers at our Mug Club and no label on it, but like, I'm about to you know what? Maybe I'll just get rid of numbers. This is stupid.
just like 13, right? You get rid of it.
Like,
Just get rid
it's
of it.
like, this is too much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mug Club at DOA back in the day, it was like, no, 69. We're not doing that.
It's such a pretty number, though. It's so symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was number 48 at DOA back in the day. 48, it's a good number.
Yeah.
48 is a good number.
Yeah.
Yep.
So going full circle back to why we don't have 13 on the board. It's actually the beer that's coming out for our New Year's Eve party. So we have it on, and we've been making sure that it's not green anymore before we put it on tap. But it'll be ready to go for our New Year's Eve party on the 31st.
What is that beer?
It's a pale ale with oats, and that one was brewed on Veterans Day. So that'll be our Veterans Day, beer that we're going to brew.
It was brewed with the Veterans blend.
Veterans Day blend, yeah.
Hops.
Yep.
What hops?
Well, it's a Veterans Day blend from Yakima Chief, so YCH came out with that every year, and proceeds of that are going back to the Hunter 7 Foundation, which is a really cool foundation to kind of focus on the post 9/11 cohort of veterans and all the stuff the ugly side of stuff that kind of is ruining us up now. But we're going to give some of the proceeds from the taproom sales to the Green Beret Foundation here, so yeah.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
No, man, it's a cool little spot, man. Not gonna lie, beers are delicious. Fulshear.
You made it past 2 minutes, bro. Digging.
I'm drinking the triple.
I know, that's
right. we're working on this.
You're getting
That-
close to the peak.
So actually, that black triple IPA is a collab with our buddies at Misfit Outpost. So we brewed that on Halloween Day, and it came out on Black Friday. That's the day we released it. So
John, you know what brewery we haven't been to yet?
No.
Misfit. We've
Sort
had
of.
them on the show,
Yeah.
but we haven't been there.
Yeah.
make it happen.
We can make it happen, Tom.
I mean, like,
But this is really good.
Yeah. I think Melissa and Juan and Sarah knocked it out of the park, man.
Are you kidding me? No, man. For a triple black Cascadian IPA, it is way too easy.
It's dangerous.
There's a video that's happening now that you could see like the progress of the drinking, and once I started drinking it, I was like, slow down because I wanted to drink it a lot faster. It's too easy to drink.
Yeah.
Too easy.
It's super smooth.
Really, really good.
So is this cold IPA. This cold IPA is delicious.
It's going down like water.
Yeah, it's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
It's really
Cold
good, yeah.
IPA.
This was during the opening weekend. It was. I remember being with Val here, and Val's just like, "Oh my God, this is good." And like, Val's kind of like the award-winning godfather of Houston craft beer at the moment. So
No big deal.
Are we naming people now?
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Like Brock is like the dog father, and he can just be a straight up a godfather.
Whatever. Man.
Hey, I saw that they put out a cold IPA. We've been too busy to go taste it, but I'm dying to go get it because I know Val made one. It's got to be
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Val,
It was not bad.
You know how Val makes all those bad beers.
No,
That was Tom, by the way.
I went over there and it was, I don't know, cold IPAs are kind of like a kind of weird thing, right? So people are like, again, want to talk about like the bastardations of styles and blah 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 and all this stuff. So I'm like, man, let me just go drink a really good beer, right? Call it whatever you want to. I don't care. Call it whatever you want to. Let me go try it and see if it's good.
Yeah.
And I went over there and I was like, man, let me tell you, I drank a few. It was good.
Well, that's Val. Val knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
like no one, no one doubts that. Like,
Nope.
Like,
Not at all.
yeah, that's one of the turns I think that's happened in this industry where you have like there's definitely been you have your St. Arnold's and Carbox and Eighth Wonders, No Labels, all those. But then you have these newer breweries that are coming up, and all of a sudden they're just like turning heads, and a lot of it's just having consistent product.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if it's not good enough, throwing out those batches is a good sign because I know what it's like to be in your shoes and being like, hey, every beer that's on there, it's a chance to earn money, but at the same time, you got to protect the brand.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. That's the cool thing about being a small brewery, right? So we have that flexibility, whereas if you're brewing on 20, 30, 40 barrel, you're probably not going to dump that, right? Because fiscally it wouldn't make any sense. But so we have the luxury to be able to do that, I guess, right now. But, it's also like, this is a passion project for us. So no one gets rich off beer at our scale. We basically looked at each other in the face and we're like, you want to work really hard and make less money? That sounds great. Let's do that.
Yeah.
It's called love.
2020,
It's called love. A whole lot of love.
Oh, yes.
You can put that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Do you want to work really hard and make less money?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
brewery and like a family tree.
That's your Valentine's Day. I love you.
Well, either way, man, the way it ended up, you guys are making some really good beers. Proud of you guys for what you've accomplished so far. That was bad, man. I can't even talk.
Ooh.
I said accomplished.
It's because the beer's good,
Yo, triple IPA, man.
What happened to you?
It's such a smooth beer.
He went full Cascadian. That's what happened.
I think I'm going down the hill, Tom. I think I'm going down the hill.
I don't know.
But either way, no, man. It's delicious beers, and good to see you guys out in the market, and good to see you guys out, at the guild meetings and all that. Why are you staring at me, Tom?
Hey, if you guys can't make it all the way out to Fulshear, I know it's a little bit of a drive for some of you loopies, but you can find us in the loop too at some of the places as well. So you can find us at Second Draft. You can find us at Big Al. You can find us at Star Sailor. A couple other spots in the works right now as well.
Appreciate you guys. No, man, it's been a whole lot of fun hanging out. I know,
night.
Tom threw me off. Like, he's going to close out the segment real quick. I wasn't ready for it. But, no. Thank you guys for having us out, man. It's been a whole lot of fun. Beers, again, once tremendous. I cannot wait to drink more of them. As soon as we get off the air, I'm going to try a couple of these others on this list. But everybody out there, be safe. And you can listen to any of the old shows sponsored by No Label Brewing Company by going to drinkpages.com and all over the other dirty parts of the internet. Tom, quit looking at me like that. And, you can find Tom Painter and a lot of other dirty places if you're looking at the right spot.
And from all of us at Drinking Pages, we'll see you guys next week.